Welcome back everyone for another On COVID Sunny video. We are back here with Sarah again, and today she'll be running us through a full mobility workout that will help us increase our range of motion and be more flexible, also minimize injuries and keep our bones nice and healthy as well, so we can play as long as we want. We just did a video on a full body warm-up as well, so if you want to go check that out, the link will be in the description below. And I think we're ready to go here.
Yes, we are.
All right.
Okay. So these mobility exercises are meant to be done sort of on a regular basis, maybe 3 or 4 times a week if you can. Post tennis, not a bad idea as well. Not so much pre-tennis. We want to focus on the activation and all the stuff that's in that warm-up that we gave you, because tennis is a quick, explosive sport. So you want to avoid static stretching, like stretching your quad like this before you play tennis. What static stretching does is it lengthens and relaxes your muscles. We don't want to be relaxed when we play tennis. We want to be relaxed, but we don't want to be relaxed, right? We want to be activated and quick, it's explosive. So we want to be able to react, okay?
100%.
So if you have a foam roller, this is a great one you can do to start on. You're going to lay the length of your spine on the roller. So head at this, whichever, it doesn't matter, Cracking knees still, okay?
Still cracking knees,
So head down, and I want you to take your elbows and put them on the ground if they reach. Yeah, oh good, and you got good mobility. And then fingertips pointing to the ceiling, perfect. Now, can you let your wrists fall back towards the ground? And you feel a little bit of a stretch there? Yeah, so this is a pec minor stretch, okay? So your pecs are here. The problem when your pecs get tight, like, playing tennis, we're doing a lot of like this. When your pecs get tight and your shoulders get rolled in, as soon as you go to reach overhead, you get a pinch in your rotator cuff. Or you're at greater risk of getting that pinch. So we want to make sure that we stretch and open up our chest so that our shoulders, the humeral head, can sit properly in that shoulder joint. Okay?
And as I'm sitting down here, I'm breathing through it, and my elbows.
You're breathing through it, exactly.
My hand can go further down and down with every breath.
Yeah, and gravity will help to take that back, right? So you don't want to think about so much, like, I'm not worried about your hand, it's more the wrist that I want to fall back, right? So from here, I want you to try to slide your elbows closer towards your feet, just as far as you can keep your elbows down, and then slide them back up. And you're just kind of going through a little bit of motion there. How does that feel?
Good, actually. Definitely feels good on the pecs still. So
yeah,
good.
You're getting a stretch still. Do you feel that right side a little more than the left, or are you pretty equal?
Pretty equal right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess that most people watching are going to feel their dominant side tighter. So strong and tight typically goes together. So most people have a bit of a stronger side, so we would expect to see that.
I do get tight pecs, so I do stretch that. Well, try to stretch it as much as I can.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you're a great mover, so you're not a great example because everything's really good. So now just bring your arms out to a T and let them lay down, and now that changes your stretch a little bit, right? Yeah. So now you're getting more global pec, right? Not just pec minor. So the arms falling back, and now try focusing on that breath. So as you breathe in, I want you to feel your rib cage expand this way, not just up here. So I want you to breathe so you feel it spread across the roller, and that will change how much you feel that pec stretch as well. Good, and this is a really good one to do after tennis. Nice. Now moving along, you're going to reach your fingertips away from each other. So they actually are going to come off the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to rotate one palm down and one palm up. Okay. And I want you to actually hover your hands just off the ground. And I want you to keep switching. This is called nerve flossing. Okay. So you might feel some zinging in your hands and your forearms, right? So we're actually creating some motion in that brachial plexus and then where the nerves run through, which is why you might feel that. And if anyone's got any,
tingling,
exactly, So again, just creating that bit of motion and that bit of health and lubrication for the shoulders. So this is a little bit different than what you might imagine mobility or static stretching to be, right? But this is all healthy motion we're trying to get for our shoulders.
And then this is good because your pecs are already stretched out.
Yes.
So your shoulders stay back, and then you can actually do this from a healthy shoulder position.
You got it. Good. Yeah, excellent. Okay. So we're gonna now actually do a posterior shoulder stretch.
Okay.
Okay.
Still
So
here.
we're gonna come up and we're gonna actually use the post. And you're gonna take your hand, so you can use a door frame or anything like that. And I'm gonna rotate my hand so I'm bringing myself around, and then I'm gonna grab onto the post. So you're gonna stand maybe to the side, yeah. And then take that hand around. Good. Okay, now from here, you're gonna drop your hips back. So as soon as I drop my hips back, I'm putting this shoulder on stretch. You kind of feel that?
Right here,
So I've opened up through here and I'm stretching out the rotator cuff. And from this position, I like to sort of just move my hips around a little bit so that I can feel it changing and even a little bit of rotation, feel how that's more. Just gentle movement though. And again, breathing. This one feels good and bad. If you find that this is super, super tight and you can't even let it go and it's really painful, you can take a little tennis ball and you can put it in that exact spot and go up on the wall and just work through that and see if you can almost play the guitar with those muscles with that tennis ball, right? And then come back and go back to this stretch. Try the other side as well. So remember your setup. So you want to be square to the post. Yeah.
And here.
Yeah.
Put the hips back.
You got it.
Feel the stretch here.
Yep.
And then slowly
And then just moving around. Exactly.
And then maybe some rotation.
Yep. Exactly. Yep. And these structures are attached to your shoulder blade, some of them in some cases to your spine. So you want to make sure that you're manipulating your torso as well so that you can really feel that stretch. That's really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So the left side I feel a bit more than the right.
So I would say for
Tighter
you to take that spot that you've just learned is tight and take that tennis ball and get up on the wall and you want to just work through that spot. I think I have the exact same spot on my left side as you that's tight. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Okay, so now we're going to come down onto the mat, and this is everybody's least favorite. This is the 90-90, okay? Now it is, you know. So you're going to go into a seated position on the mat like this. And then
Facing that way?
So we'll face right on the camera actually.
Right.
So just like that.
Like that.
Yeah.
All right.
So we'll start on my good side.
Yeah.
This is not my other side's not my good side. So 90-90 is, so ideally you're about 90 degrees at the knees, right? And that foot is coming behind, exactly, yeah. So there's 101 different ways that you can do this. We're gonna do what's called a PNF, so proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation, PNF stretch.
We'll put that on the screen too.
Exactly. So this hip is in external rotation. Okay. This hip is in internal rotation. Thank you. This hip is in external rotation, okay?
Perfect.
Those rotations happen all the time when you're hitting a tennis ball. Anytime your torso rotates, your upper body rotates around your lower body, your hips are going into rotation. Right. That's how we generate power in our tennis. If we don't have internal and external rotation, we're going to struggle.
Yes.
And it's going to go up the chain. Our back is going to take the brunt, or, upper back, shoulders, all that can be from your hips, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take this knee and ankle and we're going to push them down into the ground. So I'm feeling sort of like deep work in this hip as I push down into the ground. Yeah. You get that? Good. Now I'm gonna do 5 seconds of pushing down, so I'm activating. Now I'm gonna keep this knee down, and I'm gonna try and lift this foot up. Ooh. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I'm cramping up. And I'm gonna do 5 seconds of that. So you may cramp up, That's because those muscles don't know what to do. So now we're gonna push down again for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then the knee stays down, and we're gonna try and lift that foot up. Good, there you go, good. And if you can't, I know, that's okay. If you can't get that foot up, you can even take a little towel and hold on to it to just give you a little bit of assistance. So we're gonna go back and forth like that, and we're gonna do 5 of those. 5 seconds pushing down, 5 seconds lifting up. Okay, now we're not done though. Once we finish that, we're going to use our obliques, and I'm gonna try and sit up somewhat tall. You have to be in a little bit of a lean. I'm gonna lift this whole leg up.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna reach it behind and try and not touch the ground. And then I'm gonna bring it back in. Don't touch the ground. So try and go through 10 of those without touching down. So now I'm taking myself, and I wanna try and get this thigh back as well. So yeah, so reach this leg back. Yeah, there you go. And then bring it back to where it was. And reach it back and try and get as much extension right here in that hip to reach back here. So you're reaching for me with a straight leg. Straight, 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 straight. There it is, good. And if you need to touch down on the ground, you can. You feel that cramping?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, so those are muscles working that don't typically work. They get bullied by our bigger quads and glutes and hamstrings. And so we're talking about the deep six hip rotators that are deep in the thigh. And you can feel that because it's way deep in the thigh.
Yeah. I think I have to keep the foot down for a bit longer.
Yeah, that's okay.
But it's still
absolutely,
working. So
absolutely.
Still working.
Now, before we switch to the other side, we're gonna work on our mobility even more. So trying to sit up as tall as you can, keep your feet where they are, and I want you to suck your knees into your chest and switch sides. So your feet just stay where they are, and you're just flipping over to the other side. Sometimes the mat gets in the way, yeah. So you're trying to pull those knees in tight. So keep that little bit of space with that foot, yep. And then rotate towards me. Keep your feet where they are. Lift the knees, yep. Suck the knees into your chest, and then switch. There it is, now go the other way. Suck the knees into the chest, and switch. There you go, good. And if you're really struggling, if you're really struggling, you can have your hands behind you, holding you up. You're trying, if you lean back, you're sort of missing the boat a little bit on this one. You want to sit as tall as your body can sit. Yeah, good. But you're good. You don't need to put your hands down. Oh. Yeah, good. So you're going to end up now facing me just like that. Perfect. So now we're going to do the same thing. So the back leg, right? So is this the other side?
No.
No, sorry. You got to go the other side. There we go.
That side's worked enough.
That side's done. Okay, so now we go to this side and we do ankle to knee, pushing down into the floor. Sit up as tall as you can. Yep. Can you bring the hand up? Yep. Okay, pushing down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lifting up maybe. Knee stays down.
Oh no, just the
yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Yep. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then push down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay. So you're going to go back and forth 5 times, and then your favorite one, you're going to sit up as tall as you can. And we're going to reach that leg behind us, trying to not put our hands down if we can. And in, good.
We can keep the foot down if it's
too
hard.
Yeah, if you need to, for sure. Really reach your toe towards me even, like point your toe. There it is. And then come in. That's good. Nice. How's that side feel?
Good. I still I don't think I can leave the ground on the foot. So,
yeah. Your hip flexors
I can still feel it all the way here, so that's good.
I would say this side, your hip flexors are not as tight as they are on the other side. You're able to get more motion in your hip actually on this side. That's great. Okay, so that's a work in progress. And then when you finish, you wanna do those little, so once you finish that side, you wanna do those little switches back and forth to finish up. And that's just good active mobility, right? You're creating motion, but it's a lot of flexibility. But but it's flexibility with muscle work. So it's stability, and that's what mobility is. It's flexibility with control and stability. All right, so last one I want to do is just to work on the ankle. Okay, we get lots of ankle rolls and injuries and stuff.
Yeah.
So sitting into a soleus stretch. So we're dealing with that Achilles tendon. Okay, so you're going to tuck your foot underneath you.
Okay.
Yep, good. And then you're just going to sit your body weight onto your thigh and keep this heel down. So this foot here, I'm keeping my heel down. I'm going to pressure a little bit. You feel a bit of stretch back here in the back of the leg. So it's this.
Pull it back a little bit
yeah,
more.
sure. But make sure the heel stays down.
Heel stays down, yeah.
Yep. And then from there, I want you to, keeping your heel down, I want you to just shift yourself side to side on that ankle. So you can feel a bit of a different stretch as you're going through. You feel that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you've had an ankle sprain or an ankle injury, you'll really notice that between the two sides. Some people may be blocked in the front of their ankle. And again, this is, like we said in the previous, if you've got something that doesn't feel good when you're doing this, it's a little bit of a red flag.
Yeah.
My rule of thumb with regards to when to see a therapist of some sort, like a physio or a chiro or a sport doc or whatever, is when you're doing this stuff and you find like there's little aches and pains as you're doing things. But if you're doing something and you're like, wow, that really hurts my knee.
Yeah.
None of this should really hurt anything. So, oh, that really hurts my ankle, or oh my gosh, my Achilles is so sore when I'm doing this. That's sort of like your red flag that, oh, you know what, something's not right. Like my philosophy is anybody over 35, if you have something that's nagging, whether it's your shoulder that's kind of, like you can still play tennis, but it's sore, that's when you go. You don't go when it stops you from your activity completely.
Yes.
Right? So it's that little bit of...
take action before, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, but no knee pain here or ankle pain here while doing the stretch, so it's good. All right, go the other side?
Yep, for sure. Always, you gotta do both. Oh yeah, crack, crack. Okay, so settle in. Find that little bit of a stretch. Just rest your body on your thigh and then a little bit of side-to-side motion. Yeah. Have you ever had an ankle injury, like a
I rolled my ankle once, but that was like 11 years ago or something like that. So yeah.
And do you notice it when you're doing this at all?
No,
or is it pretty good?
fine.
That's good.
Yeah.
You rehabbed it properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
That was a pothole incident.
Oh, yeah.
I was running and I stepped into a pothole and totally went over.
Yeah. So what happens if you stay forward and go that way?
That's fine.
Yeah, good. You feel a bit of a different stretch though.
Yes, yeah, 100%. This is good because
So again,
because we always stay on our toes when we're playing, so this is always in a contract position.
Always working, yeah.
So this is good to stretch this out and also help with your Achilles heel being nice and loose as well. So.
Yeah, not too loose, but but optimum. Yeah,
you don't want to break it. It's tight.
So again, there's all kinds of different mobility things you can do. I just picked some of the key things that we need to keep healthy for playing on the court, hips, knees, ankles, shoulders.
Yeah.
But again, if you want something specific to you and you've got something going on, that's where you go back to your physio or chiro, whoever you normally see for injuries. Yeah. And even though you're not injured, say, hey, this is kind of bugging me. Let's design a little bit of a mobility routine.
Yeah. Get it healthy again.
Yeah. But certainly these ones won't hurt you, and they'll benefit anybody regardless. So
yeah, perfect. Thank you. That was great.
You're welcome.
Thanks again for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you want to see more of Sarah, leave us a comment below, and maybe in the future we'll do some more videos.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. So you can get more videos like that on fitness, mindset, and technique. And we'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks.